What's up, guys? Welcome back to Wrench Avengers. Alright, today we're going to continue with the TH400, starting with the center support and rear planetaries. Basically going to get them separated from each other and start tearing into them and replacing the bits that need replaced. So let's get into it, guys. Okay, here we are. For starters, I think we're going to get the center support taken out and we'll focus more on the rear planetaries for now. I think he just slides right off, yeah. Okay, seam here and there. Just drop. Here's a thrust washer in between the two of these. I'm actually going to put it back on this side. And as I lay that over, it comes out. And there is a Torrington bearing on the end of that. I'm actually going to leave them on the center support side. Definitely have new ones of these that we will replace. So there is a snap ring that holds this the end shaft on. Set this up to the side for now. Go. That's not going to be a lot of fun to put back together, I can promise that. Okay, so here's the planetaries. That separates with another Torrington bearing. Okay, let's just keep those on here for now. That shaft's just going to stay on there. We'll set him up to the side. So for some fun part, there is a bushing in here that needs replaced, and that's probably about all we need to do to this, and we need to just check our clearances here. Okay, be happy you did not have to watch that. It's out, mangled as shit, but it's out. So now we're gonna go clean this up in the mineral spirits, the same way we did some of the other parts, and then get ready to drive in the new one. Okay. Alright, new bushings in. I might throw... Nah, we're good. Alright, we'll probably check the planetaries and then get ready to reassemble this guy. Okay, so now I guess we're going to go ahead and start replacing these Torrington bearings. Should have brand new ones all the way around. I've got a cup of automatic transmission fluid that I'm just going to dunk my bearings into before I put them on. And on this shaft, this is just the shaft that goes on the other side of these planetaries. There's another Torrington bearing. Is this how this went? Anybody remember? I don't think so. Yeah, that seems right, because that Torrington was there. Right? There we go. And we'll get our snap ring now we got these put together. And this is not going to be very much fun. I'm fairly certain. Okay, now we got him back together. We need to install a new thrust washer. I'm gonna get some assembly lube and make this stick. Just a dab of assembly lube on it. This is engine, I don't know. It's actually engine assembly lube, but I don't really have any other assembly lube, so, or any Vaseline, and I used that all last night, so this will have to do. This guy needs to go in on this side over here. It's going to go in this way. I'm going to lube him up a little bit. And then our other thrust washer, same thing, we'll throw some lube on them, glue them in there a little bit. There's a specific way that they go. There's little holes that they tack into. Okay. So now, we can set these things aside a little bit. We'll just set him aside and we'll take a look at these planetaries. So in this planetary there's a sprag, roller sprag. I don't have a new one. Let me see if I can pull it out. Ugh. Poor choices are being made right now. I think the general rule of thumb is, though, if these come out easily, then it needs to be replaced. But they seem to all come out pretty easily, so I can't imagine that being the case. I'd say as long as it rolls, I don't think this one fails all that often. Because yeah, all of these come out really easily. This is not the important sprag. The important sprag, or the main, like the 32 element sprag thing, that's on the direct drum, not on this. So I'm just gonna put this back and expect to use it. Okay, so inside of here, we got another bushing we need to drive out. Looks like he's gonna be a pain because, well, these planetaries are in the way. Yay! Look at that fucking thing. Look at that. Decimated. Okay, so we got our new bushing. Good idea is to put some Loctite on this one. So I've took the silencer ring off out from the inside of this drum here. It was inside here, and we put it on the outside right here. Okay, put it on the outside right there. We'll throw some fluid on our gear here, as well as we'll probably try to get some in on these gears here. Okay, and we'll just go ahead and slide our assembly on over it. Just gonna have to spin stuff. Into here. Goes. Slides right down just like that. So I've got this assembly put together. Basically we'll go ahead and work on the center support, this guy right here, and once we have him put together, we will put this all in together as one unit, and then we'll just drop the whole thing in the case after putting a couple things in there. So let's switch over to the this guy. Okay. So here's our center support. Got that bolt in there. Got our that there. So let's I believe this shaft comes out. There's a torrenting bearing on the end here. There we go. So pull them out with these, the more spline side. This side has less, so pull them out that way. It's gonna be easier. Take this bolt out just to get him out of our way for now. Okay, so down here in the bottom of the center support, there is a thrust washer in here. You can probably see the yellow. Go and get that out of there. It could be what one of my other washers is for. This nylon guy. Take him out, chance we might need him. Then we'll flip him over, and we have 4 seals right here. Take those off, starting at the top. So these ones have this little hook on them, hooked together. You just unhook them and then you can take them off easy. Okay, and so here we have this piston that goes up and down. There's a snap ring that holds that on. We want to get that snap ring off. Okay, so after we got that snap ring and stuff off, we've got our piston here, and we need to replace these lip seals in here. There's one in the center, right here, and there's one on the edge. And there is one really big bushing inside of here that needs to come out. Okay, got the new bushing in. I learned something. There's a hole right here. You need to make sure that that square in there, if I can make you see it. Yeah, this way. That rectangle shape in there, oh my god. Okay, that rectangle shape in there needs to line up with that hole. I actually ended up using my 20-ton press for this because it made it a lot easier. I should have been using that the whole freaking time, but I'm an idiot, so. Okay, so now that we've got that back together, with the bushing in there and everything, seems to be alright. The bushing seems a little chewed up, it's weird. Anyway, bushing's in there. Now we'll go ahead and get our piston put back in. Okay, there we go. Twice I did it. Okay. Now we move on to the seals. The seals on this are a little bit important because again we're going to be dealing with stuff for the dual feed mod. So on here you actually have 4 seals. You have your bottom one, next one, next one, and next one. With this one here we're leaving out. We won't be putting that one in. The rest of them we will. That's for that dual feed mod. There's more to it, but that's just one of the things we got to do. Okay. So now let's get a new thrust washer. This is a copper thrust washer. My other one was nylon. We'll throw some assembly lube on it just to keep it there. So that Torrington bearing on there, we're good to go. We're just going to set it aside for now. We got one more thing to do. And that is replace these bushings that are inside of this guy. Woo! Okay, the bushings in this guy freaking suck to get out of there. Played hell with the first one. Once I got it out, I took a 17mm socket, impact socket, deep, and dropped it in there and just shook the thing and let it just beat against the bottom of it until it beat the thing out. So here's the difference. Here was the first one that I got out, and here is the second one. So yeah, obviously one was easier than the other. Here's our new ones. And there we go. So we'll go ahead and install him back in here. And then grab our rear planetaries. Let's loop him a bit. Pushing to both sides. drop all the way in. Spin it over a few times, see if he comes down. Don't know. Okay, so it is the next day, and if you couldn't tell by the different shirt. I don't really remember where I left off. I was out here till like 1:30 messing with this. The Sun Gear center shaft was a real pain in the butt. The bushings were way too tight. I couldn't even get it onto the center shaft. So I spent like 4 hours last night and like 3 hours today messing with it, trying to get it. I reused, there's in the kit there's 4 of these. 2 of them go on that Sun Gear center shaft and 2 of them go in the pump. Well, I had to blow out a couple of them, and so now I don't have any for the pump, so I'm just gonna have to hope that those are in good enough shape to not be a problem. Otherwise I'm gonna have to buy a whole new kit for it probably. That aside, finally this whole section is put together. Got the center support on, and basically this whole piece can get dropped into the transmission. I've got the thrust washer on the bottom here. We don't want to forget that thrust washer. We got speedometer gear and everything on here, pretty much ready to drop in. So we'll see that in a different video. I think we'll end this one. So again, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.